Let's talk about my date with No Good Dragon Goes Unpunished, the third book in the Heartstriker series. Welcome to After the First Date, the series where I share everything from my book date. As a warning, this is a spoiler discussion. I gave this book a rating of a cute first date. I still really enjoyed reading it, but I feel like I liked book 2 better than this one, although I will say my favorite part of this entire book was Chelsea. I have become the biggest Chelsea fan, and I just want her to have happiness so bad. I feel like so much happened in this book. First, I didn't expect that Svenna would start her own clan and that Ian and her would actually have some sort of trust and affection with each other. I felt like that seemed so out of character for dragons, but at the same time, I really liked it. Both of them really grew on me a lot in this book. I thought it was such a clever twist to see that the green eyes wasn't actually a genetic thing, but a spell that was put on everyone so she could tell if they were lying. It was really fun to see more scenes with Amelia, Svenna, and Marcy together. I love that Amelia and Svenna are actually friends even though they act like they're enemies, and it was just so sad at the end when Bob killed Amelia and then Svenna actually called her friend. I'm still really confused about Bob's plans, but I am really surprised that he was the one to kill Amelia and then to create a new dragon seer from the egg in Chelsea's room. I was also really surprised about Amelia splitting her soul and giving it to Marcy. I just wonder how that's actually going to play out since Marcy also died in this book. Like, what's going on? It was just so sad when Julius was trying to kill Emily, but then Chelsea had to stop him because he was so sad about Marcy. Speaking of Chelsea, I thought it was really cute that she lives with F Clutch and they have such a connection. I feel like in this book, the whole time it was alluding that Chelsea's actually their mother, and that's a secret that Bethesda is using to blackmail them, and why F Clutch became enslaved to her, which is so messed up, by the way. I feel like Bethesda is so sneaky and devious and a really interesting villainous character too. And then Chelsea's room was so bare with just an egg and a painting and bloodstains. It was just so sad, and her scenes with Julius just broke my heart. Like, how has she been living with this weight for so many years? I really have a lot of admiration for her strength. I have to admit that I had a little bit of a hard time with Julius from an emotional point in this book. Although I appreciate his dedication to his beliefs, I also feel like he wasn't really listening to anyone or willing to meet people in the middle. It was interesting to see just how much of a dragon he really is, because he's just as unrelenting, even if it's for kindness and cooperation, as the others are for their own personal goals. I do appreciate that he liberated Chelsea and the F Clutch, but it was also somewhat against what Chelsea wanted, and also Bob advised against it, so I'm just curious how that's going to play out in future books too. I liked seeing scenes with Ian and Justin as well. Justin is just so loyal, even though he acts like he's only interested in gaining power. I also found it really interesting about Conrad sticking up for Julius and saving him in that fight. It was really sad to see Gregory just pummeling Julius over and over and him just taking it because of his values. Conrad really seemed like a person who only takes commands, but then to see him take ownership of his actions kind of gave me some faith that this clan can really change. Sadly, I also had a little bit of a hard time with Marcy in this book too, similar to how I felt about Julius. I want her to be a little bit more strategic with her conversations with others, because I felt like she just gave away all the answers when she first met Myron and Emily. I guess I want her to be a little bit more conniving and skeptical. I do think it's really interesting that she is the first Merlin and that Algonquin is also awakening a mortal spirit. It was a really fun scene to see her and Ghost fight again, but also it was so powerful that she was able to bring Ghost back and help him let go of all of the angry spirits. It was so unexpected and sad that she died, and at the same time I was really happy that she was reunited with her dad, especially because she had to give up that memory. But now she's separated from Ghost, so I have no clue where all of this is going. At the same time, I do totally think that Julius and Marcy's actions and development are essential to the story, so I am really curious to see how my emotions will change for them in the future books. I feel like there was a reason for us to go through this as a reader in this book. I was very intrigued by Emily's backstory as well, and being a cyborg, as well as Raven being scared of Bob's bird. I have no clue where everything is going, but I will definitely be reading the next book. Anyways, these are just some of my date highlights, and I want to know, how did your book date go?